Hello from Puebla. Today we're doing something a little bit differently. Why is it just me right now? Well, I usually get up an hour or two before Maddie does, and right now I'm out taking Alaska for a walk. Alaska, say hi. No, she's not gonna say hi. But what are we doing today? We're going to give you some life updates, answer some of your questions, but most importantly, something we haven't done in a while is take you along on our daily life.
Breakfast at this local place in Puebla. It is actually, I think, the restaurant part of a cooking or like culinary university, and it's called Restaurante de Aplicación Universitario.
Or RAU.
Or RAU, and the university is IEU, so there's a lot of letters here, but they give you a crap ton of food for like 80 pesos. You get jugo verde, green juice, coffee, fruit with granola, bread, and your main plate. So I don't think we're going to be finishing this all, but this is a darn good way to start the day.
We found them for dinner last night and had a 3-course meal with agua fresca for 100 pesos, and everything was amazing, so we came back here for breakfast. Tell you what, 2 meals there and I've left so satisfied both times. It's like you're getting 5-star service for a 2-star price. So we wanted to go to La Estrella de Puebla, which is this huge observation Ferris wheel type thing. We've been to a similar one in Vegas, but they don't open until 2:30, so right now we are in Alley of the Frogs, which apparently there's like restaurants and shopping and stuff.
But no frogs. And I think this might be the most gorgeous street facade in the entire city, although the architecture in Puebla City is really pretty. This is especially gorgeous with all the bright colors, and it's newly painted.
Yeah. So we've been in Puebla for a couple days now. What are your first impressions of it?
I really love the cleanliness of the city. It's pretty clean everywhere. It's colorful in a lot of spots of the city. I've noticed there's a lot of honking going on. It's very similar to Guadalajara in that way, in a lot of ways actually. We were talking before about the prices being higher than many other cities. What do you think?
It seems like there might be a lot of business happening here. It's very clean. It seems like a wealthier city than most Mexican cities, and like you were saying, it's also a little bit more expensive than most.
Not as high prices as somewhere like Playa del Carmen or Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, not even close. It's still way cheaper than where we came from in Phoenix.
But I think it's still higher prices than another comparable city, Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Guadalajara.
So what else? A lot of people seem to speak English here. There's been times when we've been given English menus even though we didn't ask for it.
Or without even saying a word to anyone in English.
Exactly. And what else? Like Guadalajara as well, there seems to be a stark contrast between the new and the old part of the city. There's lots of history, but at the same time, there's very modern and new buildings, and I think we're going to see some of that when we go to La Estrella de Puebla right after this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of negative things to say about it. I mean, the people seem nice. Coming into the city, driving in, it wasn't crazy. Like, sometimes when we go into a new city, the way people drive is really unexpected or hectic, and it wasn't really that bad.
This was the easiest big city driving we've done in Mexico.
Yeah. So we are in the Uber now on the way to La Estrella, and it's about a 15-20 minute drive and 62 pesos.
So when we're showing you just about everything we do in a single day, you also get to see all the errors we make. Well, we looked up on Google, it says this place opens at 2:30. We took an Uber here for the sole purpose of riding this guy, and they don't open until 3:30, and we can't hang around because we have a car appointment to get to.
Because I took my car in Guadalajara to get serviced, and the guys wrote down kilometers from the odometer instead of miles, and my car is in miles.
And
so
gave the wrong service, and basically the next day the service light went on.
yeah, so we're getting it taken care of here, but we don't have enough time to stick around, unfortunately. But this does look very cool. It costs 40 pesos, and maybe we could pay another 60 pesos to come back here another time. Or drive.
Unlike the one in Vegas we did, that one was about $25 a person. This one is $2.
So we are at a Toyota dealership in Puebla City right now. We're having to do all of this in Spanish to the best of our ability, which we did not have to do in Guadalajara because someone spoke English there, which is nice, but we don't know very many technical words regarding cars, so it's kind of tricky. So after this whole experience was said and done at the dealership, we totally forgot to record anything saying how it went because honestly I was really flustered afterwards trying to explain all that we needed to in Spanish. Even though we're getting on our way to being fluent, it was still really difficult, and fortunately everything is great with the car, and they actually didn't do anything except for resetting the system, and it was completely free, which I am still astonished by. And by the way, why are we Ubering here when we have a car? We get this question pretty frequently. Well, we try to drive as little as possible in our own vehicle just because roads can be confusing, street laws and rules and just the way that people drive, so we try to avoid accidents by doing that, especially when Uber is reasonably affordable and we choose to walk most places. And then another question we get asked so often, which we've never officially answered on our channel, but we've probably written it out like 95,000 times, is why am I always the one driving the car and Jordan isn't? Well, our good old Tangerine mobile is actually my vehicle, so basically I want to always be the one driving it because if anything were to happen, like an accident or any type of damage, like bottoming out on all the topes, which happens pretty frequently, I'd rather be the one to do it so then I can't blame Jordan for anything or get mad at him for it, and I just, you know, that's just the way that it is. Also, he has to be in the, no. I have to be in the car if he's driving, so...
According to Mexican law.
According to Mexican law.
So, another question we get asked pretty frequently. Some of these times, it's asked in a very rude way, like...
Oh, you guys must be rich. It wouldn't be great if I could travel because I had rich parents or a trust fund or something.
And then other times it's asked in a nice way, and we really appreciate it asking in a nice way.
Because I get it. Like if we weren't doing this, I'd be curious how someone could do this.
But how do we make money? Well, we answered this about 100 videos ago, and our answer has significantly changed since then because our channel was a lot smaller. Now, basically all of our revenue comes from our YouTube channel. Some is advertising revenue, some is from Patreon, and then others are from affiliate sales. So basically those are our three main ways that we make money right now. We also get opportunities to do brand deals and stuff, but we haven't done any paid brand deals yet. Maybe sometime in the future.
Yeah, sometimes we do partnerships with companies or things like that that seem really cool, and just to clarify for anyone who's curious, you will never see any of these in a video if we don't actually like or enjoy the experience, because if it ever came down to it, we would more happily pay for whatever it was than lie about it just so that we could get something for free, because that's not what we're about. Before we get into exactly how much we're making, I would just like to say that in any normal social interaction, if you were to meet someone or not know them very personally, you would never in a million years ask how much they're making. How much are you making?
At least in the US.
Oh, at least in the US, yeah. It might be different in other cultures, but people ask this to us all the time. I think it's so intrusive, and worse, people think they are entitled to this information so much that they would consider unsubscribing if we didn't tell them. Very ridiculous. But okay, so how much are we making? From YouTube, we are legally not allowed to tell you. Contractually, if we tell you this amount, we could be banned from YouTube entirely, so not gonna do that. If you wanna know how much we're making on Patreon, you can head right over to patreon.com/tangerine-travels, and we have it publicly available for you to see there. Many creators do not do this, but in the spirit of as much transparency as possible, we have that public for you there. What else?
One thing we forgot to mention is that we earn some money through PayPal. We don't advertise this publicly.
Ever. We've never mentioned PayPal until right now.
Quite a few people have left a comment or messaged us saying, hey, I don't want to sign up on Patreon, but I'd like to give you a little something. How can I do that? And we send them a link to our PayPal, and we have it buried deep in the description of every one of our videos. So occasionally people send us some cash on there.
Which is very appreciated. Thank
Yeah.
you. If you're one of the individuals who have done that, it goes a long way to buying treats for Alaska, places for us to stay at night,
Watch out, steps.
medical care when Jordan gets stung by a scorpion, things like that. So it's very much appreciated. What else? Like affiliate stuff, it's pretty much, it varies depending on what people buy. Like we get, 17 cents or something like that if you buy something from one of our Amazon links. That goes a long way too. By the way, we've been walking around this super gorgeous and fancy
Outdoor mall
called Solesta in Puebla City.
And by the way, sorry to cut you off, but the weather's perfect here, so
Oh yeah.
it's really nice walking around outside.
But yes, to wrap up this whole what are we making thing, we do feel like we're pretty transparent, especially compared to other YouTubers out there who share absolutely none of this. Their Patreon amount is private. They would never go into topics like this. So we hope you at least appreciate that, but also respect that we are allowed to have a little bit of privacy in our lives. Who's that? Who's at the door? Is that Dad?
So we just picked up the laundry. One example of this city being more expensive than other cities, it was 22 pesos per kilo to get our laundry done. And as compared to other cities, we've seen that as low as 11 pesos a kilo. But for Guadalajara, for example, it was 15. But yeah, so we drop our clothes off, they wash it, fold it, put it in a nice tight bundle. This is about a week's worth of clothes, and it was $6.50. So about the price of going to a laundromat in the US, and you get it all done for you.
What do you have to say about this, Laska?
Whoa.
She's always so camera shy. Laska, what do you have to say? You say, give me belly rubs. So we haven't really done any daily live vlog style videos like this since basically when we were in Guadalajara. So you guys have to let us know, what do you think? Do you like this style? Should we do more? Should we scrap it?
Yeah, it didn't quite turn out how I was hoping or was expecting. We didn't quite do as much as I thought we were going to.
Also, it took wildly longer at the dealership than we were expecting,
Oh, yeah.
and by the time we were done, it was completely dark. But anyway, if you like this, let us know in the comments, give this video a thumbs up.
And subscribe to our channel.
And one more thing. Gong that bell so you get notified the next time we put out a new video here
we'll see
in
you
Puebla City.
And we will see you here in Puebla City.